We are at Königsbach-Stein. So this is a village, say 30 minutes from Stuttgart, and you know Stuttgart is very famous for its automotive industry or general industry as such. And I am brought here because of one company, that is Zeka. You all will be knowing Zeka because they are also having an Indian subsidiary based out of Aurangabad, and they sell cutting tools. Now for me, cutting tools is a cutting tool which helps to subtract the metal in a machine. But you know, while coming and talking to Mr. Stefan Zecha, today is our guest, who is also the managing director of Zeka Hartmetall, Germany. I understood that cutting tool is not something just you take a tungsten carbide and you mill it, grind it, and you got a cutting tool. For that matter, in their record, they have actually milled before 5 years one of the thinnest or one of the slimmest cutting tool. What is cutting tool? If you can say from your experience or from your view, what is a cutting tool?
For me, as Zecha, a cutting tool is a philosophy. It's not only, like you said, to make a round bar and make something with it. It's a kind of philosophy to make the best available product for the customer, which the customer in the end have with us a win-win situation, that he can make machine his product much better, much precise, much more precise, better surface, so that he in the end, the customer has an advantage. And for that, once again, it's a philosophy. Because with cutting tool, if you talk about microns, then you have to talk about the really, really small things which make a huge difference in the end. We just start about to talk about shank, the normal shanks. We make all our shanks ourselves. Why? The shank, it's where everything starts, where the precision starts. And that's, once again, the philosophy. If you would like to control every micron, you have to start from the bottom.
It is about controlling the micron. Isn't that important?
In my opinion, yes, but we are almost in a niche market. We try to find a customer which need this kind of microns. The normal customer which don't need this kind of micron, he can buy normal tools. It's for them it's enough quality. But we are always searching for a customer who also search as we do it for the micron. And the micron starts at the shank. And if the shank is not perfect straight, which means in 1 micron, if it's not perfect round, if it's not in H3 or H4 maximum, then the complete system collapsed. So then you could not grind in the front of this bar, of this round bar, a tool 0.5 millimeter round out 2 microns or 1 microns or 3 microns. You first have to control the bar, then you can go on with the next operation.
I also believe very strongly that if your product needs to be better, your raw material needs to be taken care of very well. I think that is something you are talking about from the tungsten carbide or the raw material you get. From there you take care of the entire process so that you get the right product, the right tool with your control. You know that you are confident that this tool, what you talk, performs the same.
Look, after nearly now 60 years of experience to produce tungsten carbide cutting tools, we know this market of tungsten carbide producer very well worldwide. And one of our law is if we once take one tungsten carbide grade from one supplier and we make a cutting tool out of it, we stay with this supplier, we stay with this cutting grade. Because if you switch from one supplier to the other, then you have other kind of carbide. Even if they show it's the same, but it's never be the same. It's always this micron difference. And with this experience what we have now after 60 years, we know exactly what kind of tungsten carbide for which kind of application. And if some new tungsten carbides are coming to the market, we make first in-house testings. If it's really better than the existing one what we have, or if it's the same quality, if it's better, then we have to think about to change to the new tungsten carbide grade. But I think one of the keys of our success is that we don't mix the tungsten carbide supplier, that we don't spring from one to the other, that we are a constant partner for the tungsten carbide suppliers, and that we know what we are doing. And all our tungsten suppliers, what we have, we make normally once a year visits and look on what they are doing. what is their next generation of tungsten carbide, how they run their production. And we never buy cheap, we only buy by quality. And the quality is the first step, and if the quality is good, then we start to buy.
Quality will never come by cheap. It is not just the raw material, but the entire process what we follow, the machines what we use, the kind of people, the craftsman. I always find the people who create is a craftsman. How much smart machine comes, but that eye will make the difference. And I think that is what I was able to see here at Zeka, when I was able to most modern machines and new technology, R&D, everything. And that I am sure the strength of Zeka all about, the kind of investments you make. But as we told, how this is a very beautiful city, very beautiful village, I must say. So how Zeka came here?
It's also a big story. My father is coming after the Second World War as a refugee from Czech Republic, as a German. And he comes with nothing, and he starts to make his apprenticeship in the watch industry, the watchmaking industry. So this area of Pforzheim is the old area for watchmaking and stamping, and that's the reason why we are so focused on high-end small tools because of the watch industry. And after his first years inside of the industry, he sees that he has a chance to start his own business. And to start at that time his own business means you have your house, and in this house you have one room, and in this one room you start. And at that time it was the children's rooms. So we as children have to move, that he can do his first lathe, Schaublin lathe inside, or in his first EVAC grinding machine. And after 2 or 3 years, it's the room becoming too small, and so he make behind his house a small stable, just for 6-8 people, to start a bigger production. And after, I think, 12 years, even this runs out of space, and then he starts to make his first building in this. At that time, it was the first company in this company area, in this industrial area, where he starts. Myself, I joined the company in the age of 21, also as an apprenticeship toolmakers, but not in-house, at my father's company outside. And I learned this kind of technology from the bottom line. All the machines in the beginning I make by myself, and then after growing the companies, then I see I have to change myself to more management or more sales to grow the company.
You came to management, you came to market expansion. You're so big in India, so it all started before 24 years, right?
Right. And it's one of our best decisions. At that time, my partner and me, Mr. Rainer Kirschner, we have to invest in new machinery, expanding the company, and we see we don't have enough people, we don't have enough money to invest in everything. And so we asked a good friend of us in Switzerland, do you know somebody who can make drills, but not in Europe? And Best was a family company, and Best was which is focused on high-end micro tools. And he said, hey, I know somebody in India, Mr. Vidu Nevatya, at that time Dagger Master. We said, oh, can we trust him? Yes, of course, I know him for 20 years. It's even a long time history. And then we also start to ask the first inquiry to India. We get a proposal. We see, oh, he's using Swiss tungsten carbide, and we know the supplier very well. So I asked the owner of the Swiss tungsten carbide supplier, do you know him? Yeah, he's a good guy. He's familiar. You can trust him, and that's what's the basement of our cooperation: trust. We trust each other, and so we start 1999, 2000 to buy and sell in Germany. And after 6 years, I think, 6 years, we see it works together. We see we are much more now rely on India. India see we bring new technology and new ideas. And then we start the discussion about how to bring this kind of technology to India.
And now everyone is going to India. You are already there in India for the last 25 years.
More or less. And we see, I'm personally was happy that we do this in that time, so that we have now a lot of experience with India, and even that we have a lot of personal relationship to India, because every business is made by peoples, and if people didn't trust each other, you could not make business. And this is always a kind of bottleneck. You can make the best contract, but without the trust, it's not worth to do a contract. And with the Nevatya family, with the Zecha family, the Kirschner family, we have this kind of trust. And so we can grow this business the last 20 years quite good, quite big. And also for the German side, if we transfer some technology to India, even my people in Germany are a little bit afraid, now everything's going to India, we lose our job. And we say, no, look, you get the next technology in-house in Germany, you get the next new machine in-house in Germany. And even when we start together, Zeka was I think at that time around about 40 people, India was 35 people. Now in Germany we are close to 200 people and in India close to 150 people. So we grow both sides in a good way.
Yeah, and people get more opportunity to learn, to upskill and grow.
Yep.
I would like to talk to you because you are also the president of VDMA cutting tool. But before that, I just would like to know, you always focused on a very critical, special precision cutting tools or forming tools and never compromised on quality. And now also you have launched your new range of laser cutting tools. So if you can just tell us, which are the major industries you are serving worldwide?
One of the first customer field was mold and die. And mold and die, we have our main competitor are the Japanese because they make really good tools. And we reach now a level that we are on the same level. Sometimes a little bit better, sometimes a little bit not as good as. But we see this that we now can go worldwide to the mold and die industry and have a big success. The next industry was medical industry, like bone plates, implants, even bridge and crowns, where we see it's a huge market for our kind of tools. And also the high precision watch industry, where we have a good sales organization in Switzerland. And even in Germany we have some really nice companies. We still make watches, high precision watches. And so we see we have good chance in this kind of high-end markets. For sure, right now we are concentrated on Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Sweden, Holland, India, Japan. But we see the possibility to grow by the kind of tools we make. And
US?
US, it's the next story where we would like to start. But for me personally, I would like now focus on India, because India we see a great future in the next decades. India will grow, and even India will grow in the kind of quality, in the kind of high-end parts what they have to machine. And with every high-end parts, they need high-end machines. And if they need high-end machines, in the end, they also need high-end tools to run the machine in a perfect way. And that's our market.
And I see you name your cutting tools with different names, iguana, peacock, so, but we don't see that. And even your machines, you each and every machine, you have a name for it. So why that?
Look, humans can handle names better than numbers. And for example, in the production, if you told somebody to go to the machine 2024, he could not find it. If you tell him, please go to the machine Sasha, then he knows exactly Sasha machine is this one, because the name is on the machine. It's very easy to handle. And for the tools itself, it's a little bit similar. In the past 15 years ago, every tool line has a number, which we still have. But if you have to explain the customer, look, this number code and this number code and this number code, it's too complicated. Right now we said, okay, the Peacock line is the line for hard milling hard material between 54 HRC up to 65 HRC. So we only asked, do you have tools from the Peacock family? And then we can support him with the right tools. He just have to remind in his brain the name of the tool family, Peacock. The Iguana tools is our worldwide unique tool with diamond coated, after diamond coating, laser resharpening to 1 micron from both sides with the helix on it. So you just have to say, do you have tools in the Iguana family for this application? Then we know exactly what he would like to have, and he know exactly what he gets. And that's how we handle this in the future more and more. Right now I think we have 6 or 7
Kingfisher.
Where
you coolant.
The coolant is inside, the Kingfisher bird, which is close to the water. We have the marlin from the sea.
The new one.
It's old and new, but the new style of the marlin was that we now make the tools with the laser. And with the laser means you can machine PCD and CBN, which you normally only can machine by wire erosion or synchro erosion. Not easy to grind. You can machine it with the laser technology. And even laser technology has different stages. You can have a nanosecond laser, a picosecond laser, or a femtosecond laser. And we use only femtosecond laser, which is the newest technology, which is just available now for 2 years. And that's what we see as a niche for the future for us. So we make a huge investment in this technology.
You have 2 factories in Germany, you have 1 factory in Austria,
Right.
and you are having a factory in India. Fully automated, Rollmatic, Walter for quality and best machines. And you told that the kind of raw material, the carbide, the tungsten carbide what you take, you don't change. And do you follow the same thing in India?
Look, it's a basic of our business that for the customer it makes no difference where the tool is coming from, because he get the same tool if we produce it in India or in Germany. It has the same quality standard, it has the same tungsten carbide, it has even the same grinding oil, the same grinding wheel, the same software programming.
The same shank.
The same shank, everything is the same. And even if you show to our people 2 different tools, but one is coming from Germany, one from India, he could not say which one is coming from which place. And this we achieve now after more than 20 years of cooperation, of training, of transforming technology to India, train the people, that they achieve now the same level what we have right now in Germany. And that's what we see for us as a huge advantage, because we can now grow in Germany with the same technology what we produce in Germany. And India can produce as make in India with German technology, but make in India.
And sell across the world.
And sell across the world.
India, someone picks up a machine because he have worked with someone or somewhere, he just go and start making a cutting tool. Maybe he takes some time, he grows upon experiencing himself, failing, and maybe, someone may get expert within 10 years, someone 5 years, someone maybe not even 50 years. They struggle. But Germany or maybe in Europe, it is not like that. You have a perfect system of making cutting tools. You were telling that you got an advantage having the right kind of partner in India, but it may be not the case with everyone, right? So how we can make a difference if we see India as a destination for making cutting tools?
I think if you, as a German company, we have, as you said, a lot of technology, because we also have a huge history in making cutting tools. But if you go to India, the main important thing was to find the right partner. Not only by the person, also by the structure of his company, by the philosophy of his company. If he also stay with the same philosophy like we stay, that he also looking on the high end, on the microns, then we know we have the right partner. But if you would only would like to make mass production, then you could not make our tools in mass production, these high-end tolerances. Right now not, maybe in 10 years, I don't know. But what we see, everybody who would like to go to India have first to ask himself, what kind of partner I would like to have in India? Mass production, high-end production, normal production. And I think personally, if you make a good analysis, you can find the right partner in India. But you need people like you who brings other people together. You need somebody who knows the Indian markets, who knows the German market. And in the end, as always, you need a little bit luck. Always in your life, you need luck. And for us, it was a great luck that we meet each other more than 20 years ago.
See, but nowadays there is a concern some of the Indian cutting tool manufacturers are having, because there are established players, there are multinational companies coming and making in India. That's a different. They have the technology, they have the knowledge. See, for a cutting tool, maybe if for an example, if an Indian cutting tool manufacturer is making a particular tool for say $15, there is a Chinese counterpart available for maybe $5. So this is a challenge what they are facing, because there are a lot of parameters they need to look at. The normal one, you see, the power, electricity charges, the manpower, there are a lot of challenges what they are having. And importantly, we do not have raw materials. The raw materials, even the cheaper raw materials comes from China, and we do not have a control over it. So I am trying to find out from you as an expert, what will be, is that your advice for Indian cutting tool manufacturers? Maybe they are a starter. What they should focus on?
I will say in India you can produce really good tools, even if you are not Zecha. I know a lot of Indian tool producing companies and they are all good, but as you said, if you fight against the Chinese, it's normally not an equal fight, because like you describe it, the Chinese have the the market of tungsten carbide in her hand. And they can make the pricing, and they get also a lot of support from the government. And so I think for me, as my personal experience after all these years, you can fight against the Chinese not by price, you have to fight them against them by quality, by technology, which is also not easy, but you can do it. And what we do now in Germany more and more, recycling for tungsten carbide, so that we are a little bit independent from the Chinese suppliers. This is one of the target what we have. Even from the VDMA, we see this, that we have to push the market in this direction.
Recycling.
Recycled carbides, tungsten carbides. And we have now a company which have more than 50% of their production from recycled tungsten carbide. And you can make two different kind of recycling. And one, you can go really down to the scraps, to the ore, they said, which is like carbide, like the raffinate tungsten carbide which you get from China. And I think as India is now growing more and more, 2-3 things. First was to think about recycling of the tungsten carbide. Second, to start also tungsten carbide production in India for the Indian market. And third, to try to go on the next technical level, as you always have to do if the production in the country grows. And I think even the Indian production will grow also by quality, not only by volume.
I was talking to one of the cutting tool manufacturer from Germany. I was there in Messe Stuttgart, and they are preparing for grinding hub during May, and I had the chance to talk to him, and I asked him this question. So India is, some of the Indian cutting tool manufacturers are facing this problem. In Europe, if it is not there, he told yes. In Europe also the Chinese cutting tool manufacturers are there, but then they told that they specialize in special tools, and the delivery on time, the faster delivery is what is helping them. After coming here, looking at what you are doing, you don't have any issues. Anyone comes and do a competition to you, because you know your market. You have taken that niche and working for the customer. So it doesn't matter that you need to be the world player, but where you play, focus and excel.
Yep.
Am I right?
You're right. Look, for me, as I've tried to explain, the cutting tool market is so huge, so big worldwide. And normally you have a local market around you, 200 kilometers around you. And in Germany, that's a huge advantage what we have, especially in this area, that we have a lot of high-end customers in our area. But still, it's always a niche for cheap products, it's always a niche for normal products, it's always a niche for high-end products. The market is so huge, but for me personally, after all these years, you have to decide by yourself in which kind of strategy you would like to run the company. And if you would like to have mass production, then you can be the other companies which make mass production. But in the other kind of production, we decided to go niche products, high-end products. And we see it's not every customer, like I tried to explain in the beginning, need our tools. But these customers which need such kind of tools, they maybe also have only 2, 3, 4 suppliers. And then, like you said, delivery time, support to the customer, technical supporting to the customer, cutting data, everything counts in the end. And it's not that you decide in a catalog, look, this 6mm tool I would like to have, and you don't know how to run it, to have a perfect part in the end. And that's, once again, you as a tool maker, you have to decide where you would like to go. Do you would like to go only as special tool maker and with quick delivery times? It's a kind of business. It's also a huge kind of business. Would you like to go to bigger tools, or would you like to go to small tools? My personal experience, don't mix too much. The guy who would like to make everything, in the end make nothing.
Last, this my trip, almost around 10-12 days in Europe, and majority of my time I was able to explore Stuttgart and nearby areas, Friedrichshain or here or in the Messe Stuttgart area. And I found out the people are so welcoming. Even the Messe Stuttgart people were so flexible. And I believe there are 2 good shows which is coming this year. One is for metalworking, especially for cutting tool manufacturers. I think grinding hub will be a great opportunity. See, if you are, I'm sure that cutting tool manufacturers in India may be challenged, but there will be a lot of things we can learn in this grinding hub.
I will say in this way, if you are a grinding tool manufacturer in India and you would like to go to the next technology level, in my opinion, it's a must to go to the grinding hub. because that's a place to be where you can see in 2 days, 3 days, nearly all the new technology which are available on the market. And you can see it in, once again, on a small place in 3 days. And after this trip, I'm sure you have some new ideas about how to produce cutting tools in India, I'll be sure.
And maybe they can also take some time, go to the factories of Porsche, the leading automotive companies which are there in Stuttgart, Frankfurt.
Yeah, you have to organize it, and for sure, if you are open to stay longer, I think you will also find companies which are on the fair. Maybe they will also open the doors that you can see the companies itself. I think it's a big opportunity to take a week or so to see Germany, to see Europe, to travel to the companies which make the production. If it's tungsten carbide, grinding wheels or grinding machines, they open the doors, I'll be sure.
Not far, IMTEX is there in January 2025. I think Zeka is going to be
Yep.
big. We met actually before 2 weeks in India, where there was a big collaboration with Sumitomo.
Yep.
That Sumitomo, the Japanese cutting tool manufacturer, is using Zeka for regrinding, and maybe there is a chance for more future collaborations there.
I personally, I think yes, and like every business, it starts from a small point, and then if you see it works, it will grow. And the first big point was, can we achieve the technology the Japanese would like to have, and India could achieve this. And this is, in my opinion, a great step, even to show to the market we can achieve the same Japanese quality what they do in Japan. And now the next step will be, we will see, but I'll be sure that also the Japanese searching for good quality tools what we can produce.
Zeka is always focused on creating new innovations. Work very focused for the customer. The kind of tools what you make. 10 hours tools take it the life to 3,000 hours.
Sometimes yes, sometimes.
And what we can expect from Zeka, maybe during AMB or even IMTEX 2025.
We also, all the new tools are first, we make the presentation in Germany to get all the feedback from the market in Germany, that we know exactly how the tools are working, what are the right cutting data, everything. And then normally India is 1 year behind us, that we can transfer not only the tools, that we also can transfer the technology for the tools. But for sure, AMB, we have on our list this new laser, 3D lasered tools on the next level. We have on our list tungsten carbide cutting tools for high abrasive materials like cobalt chrome or titanium or stainless steel. And these kind of tools for sure we will transfer also to India. This stainless steel, this cobalt chrome, titanium tools, because India is very close to this technology and they can handle it. So this also you could achieve on the IMTEX. The laser tools, for sure, this production will be right now in Germany because it's too expensive, too complicated in the beginning. But I hope that we also can make a presentation on the IMTEX, because it's from now on more than a half year. It's in January, I think, end of January.
Yeah,
yes.
it will take almost 1 year.
Almost 1 year. So I think, yes, we also can show the first steps in India for this kind of technology.
I'm very happy coming here because Mangesh is a good friend who is there in India, who is handling Zeka, and whenever I come to Germany, I tell that Mangesh, I would like to go to Zeka, and everything have a right time. And thanks for you taking your time on a Saturday, showing me the factory, and I learned a lot. I'm telling you, I can sell Zeka products now.
Perfect. We need sales guys in India. For sure. We will start.
Mangesh is the perfect guy.
I know. But he needs help also.
Yeah, that's always there. But then that's what I'm telling you. The important thing was, I knew cutting tool is not just a cutting tool. There is technology in it, there is innovation in it, and there is beauty in it. There is craftsmanship in it.
And heart.
And heart.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
And you see that Marvin.
Yep.
Huh? So it is that laser, and seeing that minute, that small tool is so amazing. And I'm so happy that we are able to talk to a close friend of India, a person who trusted India before 25 years. So the advantage is there, because that trust helped him to see, grow the capabilities of Zeka unlimited, infinite possibilities what these two companies or two partners in Germany and India is making. We wish Zeka all the very best.
Thank you, Harry. And how often I invite you to come to visit the company? And now it works. Now I'm really proud and happy that you are here at our place.
I'm so happy that I'm here. And I'm telling you, every year, at least once or twice, Stefan Zecha comes, and we often see there. And it was my pleasure coming here and seeing you, as well as your village. That is more nice, very nice place, and the hotel. I'm telling you, that is the
traditional.
That is the traditional.
Traditional. And now in the evening we will have a nice dinner together. For you, with a short night, because you have to leave really early tomorrow morning to Italy.
Yeah, I'm going to Trento. My journey continues so that I can try to find more and more technologies, talk to more and more people, because what India needs is confidence from people like you, because we are a country. People can tell that Indians are not right, wrong, or anything like that. But one also should understand thousands of years of oppression, slavery. And from that, you cannot expect 1,000 years Indians were put down. And how you can expect they will come again? It will take 2,000, 3,000 more years to change. But the technology, the digital technology, it is now very complicated there, but it is a time when people are also getting exposure. My job is to see that, to tell these stories from Europe, how people are doing, and it is what we need to learn. No jugaad, no frugal, but hard work. We can work for the world and we can bring world-class excellence. That is what Zeka India is proving here. Thank you very much, Mr. Zeka, for sharing your valuable time, and we wish you all the very best.
Thank you, Harry.
Thanks.